To minimize risks, organizations like to introduce new tools in a gradual way. When an organization adopts Elm, it expects to use Elm alongside existing JavaScript web apps instead of rewriting everything in Elm. In this last module, we are going to look into how Elm web apps can talk to JavaScript code. Here is the plan. In this clip, we are going to look into the challenges of interacting with JavaScript code. In the next clip, we are going to see how to send data from our Elm shopping cart to JavaScript code. Finally, the Elm shopping cart is going to receive data from JavaScript code. Talking to or interacting with JavaScript code is critical for Elm web apps so that they can integrate with existing JavaScript code. There are two main challenges that need to be considered when talking to JavaScript code. The first challenge is that Elm has pure functions. They always return the same output for a given input. There are no side effects like modifying external storage. In contrast, JavaScript functions are allowed to have side effects. Due to this mismatch, we cannot just simply call a JavaScript function from an Elm function. The other main challenge is to avoid losing Elm's guarantees. For example, Elm guarantees no runtime exceptions. What if some JavaScript code sends the wrong type of data? These challenges are quite similar to the challenges of talking to an external API. Before delving into solutions, let's have a closer look at the big picture of how Elm code works with other JavaScript code. Do you remember the journey of Elm code? Let's say we write the Elm code for our shopping cart web app and save it as hello.elm. The Elm compiler turns the Elm code into JavaScript code by running the Elm make command on the hello.elm file with the output set to a JavaScript file, let's say cart.js. A web app also needs HTML for the structure and CSS for styling. Furthermore, let's say our web app needs to talk to some other piece of JavaScript code written by a different team without Elm. Our Elm code, or to be more precise, the resulting cart.js file, needs to have some ways to send data to the other JavaScript code and also to receive data from it. These components need to work together nice and smoothly so that end users can enjoy the final web app. So far, we ran Elm code with the help of the Elm Reactor web server, which took care of compiling the Elm code under the hood. Here is how to run Elm code inside a HTML web page so that you can also use other web servers. This is the code of a very basic HTML page with the opening HTML and body tags. Inside the body, we have a div container for our Elm shopping cart. The script tag has the JavaScript file, which was created by compiling the Elm code of the shopping cart. The other script tag has more JavaScript code, which initializes the Elm web app and tells it to run in the Elm cart div container. Notice that the HTML page does not use any Elm code directly. It only uses the result of compiling Elm code into a JavaScript file. Let's have a demo about this. We are going to embed our shopping cart in a HTML page. To achieve this, we are going to compile the Elm code of our shopping cart into a JavaScript file. Then we are going to create a new HTML page, add the JavaScript file to the HTML page, and check that the shopping cart is still working. On the demo machine, go to the View menu and click Terminal. Inside the terminal, change the working directory to the source folder. Now run elm make hello.elm and the output is cart.js. We get a success message for the compilation. In the list of files, we can click the new cart.js file to have a quick look at its content. All this JavaScript code was created automatically for us as the result of compiling the hello.elm file. Now let's create a new HTML file to embed our shopping cart in it. Right-click the source folder, add a new file named cart.html. Add the suggested doc type, then add an HTML tag, which has a body tag. Inside the body tag, add a div tag with the ID Elm cart. This will contain our shopping cart. Now let's add a script with the source set to cart.js. Add another script tag and write some JavaScript code inside it. The new app variable has a call to Elm, the hello package, and init function with an object argument that has the node key set to a call of document, get element by ID, and the div ID of our shopping cart. Save the file and switch to the browser. Replace hello.elm with cart.html. Our shopping cart is displayed and it still works as expected. Someone might argue that this URL still uses the Elm Reactor web server. Indeed, fair point. How about opening cart.html as a local file? Double-click cart.html and the shopping cart is still working even though it's a local file. Perfect. Next, let's send some data from Elm to JavaScript code.